Yeah, it was really weird. I never had performed as a kid or as a young man even, and then I was in my 20s and I was working in Boston as a copy editor. And one of the editors was going to leave the newspaper and go to another newspaper, go to the Village Voice. And just on a sort of, it was a whim, but one of my friends, we were just walking, he said, well, why don't we do a little skit for, the going away party? And so, and I said, sure. And so I played the guy, the editor was leaving, and then my friends played we played people, different people. It was just a little 3-minute sketch that we put together really fast, but people were laughing, and I thought, well, this is more fun than copy editing. This is, and and then but I didn't know like what kind of performing I was going to do or could do, and then I saw, also in the Boston area, I saw Spalding Gray, who was performing, and I said, oh my God, there's this form where you can be funny, but you can also be serious. You can tell a really long story, and the audience has this amazing that they're not distracted. They're actually there. In fact, the audience in a theater, as you know, but the audience in a theater, I mean, they're deeper than you can get unless you're Shakespeare or something. So I thought, my God, it would be so great to be able to tell stories from my family. My father had died uh, recently when that happened in the 80s, and I particularly wanted to tell stories about my dad to kind of bring his memory back, bring him back not to life exactly, but I guess so the world would to just talk about him and tell stories about him. And he was also really cool and funny, and so I did that, and I really didn't have any idea that I would succeed. I hadn't succeeded at anything else to that point besides copy editing, which I was pretty good at because I'm really anal. And but um, but I started performing. I actually had moved to San Francisco by this point, and then in '89 I did my first monologue. I did about my dad, and mostly my dad, and my mom, um, and a few people came, and then it got reviews, and then one night it went from like 5 people to 115 people. We had to bring all these chairs, and then I was able to do that first show for a year in various theaters, and then by a couple years after that, my brother, my little brother Jake, urged me to quit my day job, and so I did, and I've been doing it full time since then. And so it still feels like, even though now it's been a long time that I've been doing it, 27 years since then as a monologuist, but it still feels really fresh and sort of out of nowhere. Like, how did that happen?